All right, back at it again. And as you see, we got this hose we got set up. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to put it in place really quick, and then I'm gonna see if how long this hose is, because it might be too short. I really thought it was supposed to be 5 feet, but I read it wrong online. So I'm gonna put it in place. If it's long enough to be able to cut in 2 parts, because I need it for 2 sections from the back of the head, as you see right here, to the heater cores, and then from the heater core back to the bottle. This is not the bottle we're using. This is the crappy bottle that I tried to weld. I sucked on. The other one we're still waiting on to come back. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll have to take it back out because I still haven't put in the bevel box, the all-wheel drive part. So once I get that in, then we could permanently have it set in, because it's just way too hard to do it from inside. So yeah, let's get at it. All right, here we are. It was a little process. I completely forgot you got to lift it up so that the hoist can get under there. So doesn't look like much of a distance. So we're going to mentally do a map. That would be about there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a line on it and then make it to where it'd be like a cut. So say it's right there. And that means, let's put the marker. All right, with the paint marker, see that's about, all right, you can't see that, I'm right all up in the right. So that's about right there. So I'd give it about a little extra, half an inch or so. That look about right, yeah. And let's do the other one. All right, so we flip it around backwards. And then that means from corner to here. Yeah, it would have extra, I believe. All right, so it was super hard to kind of hold and film, but as you see, we got it right. The distance from the AN fitting to these fittings is super short, but I believe this side is actually supposed to go to this side and this side to this side. So still, with that being said, we have plenty of room. So we're gonna go ahead and get that fitted on. All right, got it plugged up. Got the right marks and everything. That'll come off later. That's just some paint marker. Yeah, looks good. I mean, it's gonna be ran right. It's pretty cool. It's so much cleaner with the silicone. I used to have all this funky, crazy stuff, and I'd have the whole ugly coolant bottle that Volkswagen has over here. This is gonna clean it up so much. Barely gonna have any wiring over there, so I'm excited how this engine bay is just gonna come together and how it's gonna look. It should look really nice, so yeah. All right, so since everything's situated, got everything bolted up nice, everything in the place where I want it to be, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the motor back out, because remember, gotta put the diff in there in the back. As you see, don't have it back there, sitting right over here. I could do it, obviously, from up here, but it would be so much harder to line up. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it all out, and then this way I could also paint the motor mounts and stuff like that too, because I just want everything to be fresh. Being that everything else looks fresh, might as well make sure that's fresh too. So let's get on it. Hey, you know what time it is. Now we just need to wait on the bracket to come in. Last time I didn't have that set up, but I'm gonna make sure got that in. I ordered one from somebody, so whenever they send it, we're gonna be ready to go over here. But now we can put it back in. All right, guys, so it's been about a week and change. We got the parts in. So as you see, the mount came in, got it mounted up, and went ahead. I already got the motor mounts painted. They're looking way better than they were. Now it's time that we could just go ahead and just start plugging in everything. Everything's going to be situated. Let me show you right here. So we got the other 90-degree in. I already got it set up and everything. It's basically just going to go ahead, and as you see, sit right there to that bottom one and right here to this top one. And we're going to knock that out in a minute. And we got to put in, we got all the AC fittings. These came in as well. We also got the billet shifter bracket bushings. We're going to drop those in there. But yeah, from here on out, it's just all plug up. All the original boost pipes and everything. Things should be good. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and do this time lapse and let's run it. All right, so we don't have too much to go to get this thing cranking over and started. We got all the wires are plugged up and everything now over here, but we just got to go ahead and do the fans. On this side, we're going to have to get the lights in and plug that up, plug up the fuel filter, wastegate, and we have to do one thing. We got to figure out where we're going to run the oil cooler setup. So originally it was on this side of the car, but I had it funky and it was sitting sideways, and I didn't really like that. So I want to see maybe if I could turn it over here or something, put on this side, or maybe if I do it back on this side, I'd like for it to like straddle right here on the frame somehow. So we're gonna try to work that in, and if nevertheless, if I can't figure it out, we'll do the old thing. But let's go ahead now and just knock out the few little things. Like I said, the wastegate, cutting up those zip ties, whatever else, get the headlights in, and so we can start it. All right, so what I'll sit here stuck on for a minute is where I had my reservoir. It was sitting right here, and it was good. It was laid out perfect, but the problem was it would hit, when I go to put the headlight in, it would hit right there. So what I'm doing is I'm moving it back a circle, and now I have to cut it, just this hose a little shorter, just so it look nice and neat. After I'm done, the rest of it will go on just smooth. So let's finish getting at it. All right, so far everything came out pretty good. All the fitment is pretty good. I just had to make a couple little adjustments throughout that video, but right here, all we got to do is worry about this, the oil cooler right now. If we could get that set up and find a good little spot for it, then we could just fill up with all the different fluids and we could try to turn it on and see what it does. All right, so very fortunately, got it figured out. Got the oil cooler mounted up. Unfortunately, though, had to do the previous location because I literally forgot how tight it is under everywhere. It's just way too tight. Even if I tried to put something right here, it would hit the bumper or hit the tire. So not the best, most efficient, but this is back to its original spot, basically with a new bracket set up. But hey, it works. So we're gonna go ahead, drop in the oils and everything right now, the coolant, the power steering fluid, and we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to start it, see what it does. So let's do it. All right, so everything went really smooth. All the fluid is in, coolant is in. This is open because we need to be able to put more coolant in with this new system. I can't keep filling it. But now what we're gonna go ahead and do, after we put this back, we're gonna go ahead and prime it up. Trying to get some oil up in the motor. And once that primes up, then I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to start it. Let's see what it does. Still leaking? Yep. So it's squirted out here and it's squirting out there. Terrible. This happens every single time we do something. All right, cool. Headlights look good though. All right. So we're gonna take pause on that. All right, let's see if it, wow, that's broken. So that's broke bad. Okay, so this has to change. This thing, that's a piece of crap. That's trash. This is the dumb stuff that happens every time, but at least it's fuel that I can see right here. So let's change that out. All right, well, that's it for today. I guess this is where we're gonna end it. I was hoping to start it up, but being that I don't have any other fittings of these because it's leaking on the back of this one, it might be just the O-ring. And it's leaking on the fuel filter as well. So being that all that said, I don't have the stuff to fix it. So what I'm gonna have to do is order some parts. So that's just gonna be it for now. But hey, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all later.